About this time last night, I spoke with a member of Congress, Congresswoman Cori Bush of Missouri, who is sleeping out on the steps of the Capitol for the fourth night, protesting the House's failure to extend the federal moratorium on evictions.
I know what it's like to have to walk through every single piece of what happens when an eviction is possible in your life, and then what happens when you are actually evicted, and what that does to you emotionally, physically, mentally, what it does to your family. Like, it is actual violence on a person, to be evicted. And I don't wish that on anyone.
Well, today, we got word that Congresswoman Bush's protest appears to have worked. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention just issued a new federal moratorium on evictions in areas that have been hit hard by the Delta variant. The order will remain in place until October. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts has been championing this cause, along with her colleague Cori Bush, joining her on the Capitol steps over the weekend to demand the moratorium be extended. And Senator Warren joins me now. There was a lot of back and forth among folks about the legality here. People said, look, the CDC had issued this. It had been challenged in court. The Supreme Court sort of narrowly let it go. It was going to expire. The White House said, oh, no, we don't have the legal authority. Now you get the pronouncement by the CDC. Is this on shaky legal ground in your view?
I don't think so. Look, we're in the middle of a pandemic. The CDC has narrowed somewhat the eviction moratorium and focused it on places where the threat from COVID is the greatest. And I think that's exactly what the CDC is supposed to do. I think they're on sound legal ground.
How do you understand what happened here? I mean, this really seemed to me a strange moment. Everyone's known the deadline. And then a few days beforehand, the White House said, oh, we need statutory authority. We need Congress to handle it because we don't think we have the legal authority. Then Congress couldn't do it in time. Then you get the protest. Now you get the reversal. Like, what was this just like fell through the cracks? Did someone drop the ball? Like, how did this end up here?
Look, it is always possible in a big administration that there are lawyers who get a hold of things. And I say that with all deference to lawyers who worry about this piece or worry about that piece or what happened the last time we were in court. And they sometimes use that as a way to try to back folks off doing what we all know is the right thing to do. Because remember the larger context. Congress had already passed a law giving the tools to the states in order to stop an eviction crisis. We'd already allocated $43 billion. And the states just hadn't gotten their acts together in too many places and had only pushed out about $3 billion of that. So this is a case where it was a crisis that was unfolding and that was unnecessary. And the way I see it is when Cori Bush said, wait a minute, I know what this is like. She spoke from the heart and she rallied people all across this nation, said this is an important moment. People started pushing back and said, in the middle of a pandemic, we are not going to throw families out on the street. We're not going to tell people to get out and couch surf and double up with relatives. It's the wrong thing to do. We're going to take a little more time and spend the money that Congress has already allocated, protect the landlords and protect the tenants. I think what we saw happen is power to the people on this one.